So next thing we're going to do is we are going to pass data into our templates. When a template is being executed, let's pass in some data and build that into the template too. So that's the next step. And to do that, we're going to add this to our template right here. So just the curly braces notation, and then the dot, meaning whatever data we put in, put it right there. So that's what the dot stands for. And we'll explore the dot a little bit at the end of this video and why the dot, but again, it comes back to this Unix thing, right? The people who created Go were also some of the people who helped create Unix. And so a lot of Unix similarities. All right, and then with our main program, all this stuff is what we just saw, using func-init to parse our templates. And then we're going to execute. And since we only have one template, we don't have to specify its name. And we're executing to standard out, and we're passing in the value 42. So let's watch that run. And that's 005. And this is me just playing around. All right, so go run main.go. So the meaning of life is 42. How awesome is that? So we could do additional things with templates. Let's just explore that. And we could range over some values. So we could use range. And we're ranging over this dot right here. That's the current data. Okay? That's the current data that we passed in. And every time it ranges over a dot, the item in the list that it's currently ranging at. So if it's 10 items, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's ranging, and each time it goes through, this dot refers to whatever that current iteration is. So the dot refers to the current piece of data, and that could be somewhat akin to pipelines. And so that the pipeline idea in programming is the output of one process becomes the input of another process. And again, we'll explore pipelines a little bit at the end of this video, and I'll just give you some resources for learning more about the theory of pipelines and where pipelines are used. So we're passing in some data here, and so template execute standard out. We're going to pass in a slice of string, and we're going to pass in these values: Gandhi, MLK, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad. And then the template is going to range over that slice of string, and each time it'll give us an LI, right? It'll produce that, produce that, produce that, produce that, and the current piece of data in the loop will be what's put there. And these are my peeps. So let's watch that run. Clear, change directories, 006. Go run main. Cool, they're my peeps. All the great philosophers of the world, great spiritual thinkers. I like to believe that when people do ill in one of these individuals' names, they did not understand the individual. They did not understand Gandhi, MLK, Buddha, Jesus, Martin Luther King, Muhammad, whoever, right? Because I think that the true message is peace and love your brother, and love your sister, and love your neighbor. All right, and we could also do like an else clause, which is kind of cool. And so here we have a range, and we're ranging over something and putting the current data there, and else there are no items, right? So if there's no items that we passed in. And so here we're passing in a slice with nothing in it. And when we run this, go run main, right? No items is what got printed out. So that's kind of cool. We could do that else clause. And then we could do some more composition style things. And so composition allows us to pass in different pieces of data and grab those. And we do that by passing in a struct. And so here we have a struct, type person, and name and age, right, are the two fields that are defined in that struct. And then we are creating a variable of type person, and we're giving values of this and that to each of those variables, and then we're passing in that right there. So when we pass in P1, we then have access through dot notation, right? The current data is P1, so give me dot name, give me dot age, current data, right? You could use dot notation to get to the fields. So that's how that works. And these fields, by the way, have to be uppercase, though the struct can be lowercase, which is interesting. All right. Intuitively, I just kind of say it need to be uppercase, but 008, go run main.go, and there we have James Bond in 42. Pretty cool. So we passed in that data, is built into our web page. And notice I'm still using text template. Okay, so we'll fix that. Come down here somewhere. All right, and then the last one is conditional logic inside. And so here, name, age, and I'm passing in a bool. And if license to kill, so that will be either true or false, then you have a license to kill. Otherwise, license to ill. You're a Beastie Boys fan. All right, and what data am I passing in? I have a type person, and it's got these two fields, and then I've typed 00, which embeds type person, and so 00 has all the fields in type person promoted up to 00. That's how we say it in Go, and then it also has the field license to kill. All right, and so down here I create a variable p1 of type 00, and I create the values for all the fields. I give them values, and then I execute my template and pass in P1, and when I execute that, right, it's going to put the name, the age, license to kill, or license to ill, depending upon what gets passed in. So let's watch that run. License to ill, Ian Fleming, 56 years old. As far as I know, he did not have a 00. He was just the author of the James Bond books. All right, so that's a little bit about how templates work. Templates, how you pass data into templates. And in the spirit of keeping these videos short, and seeing as how I have not yet coughed, I'm going to explain a little bit about the documentation and the dot and pipelines in the next video or videos.